Shady Grove, everybody. Shady Grove. Just tapping in. Give me a minute. I'll be right with you guys. Give y'all your shout outs, etc. Let me tag some people. That's the way nobody can say they ain't getting, no notifications, man. If I tag y'all can't say y'all ain't getting no notifications. Give me a minute, guys. Doing my due diligence. You know what it is. Shady Grove Lounge. ALYORK Sports. B4 in the building. What's going down, baby? Wiggles. I see y'all all, man. Yeah, the Philly kid in the building, man. Shady Grove Lounge. You know what it is. On a Sunday, man. Yeah, I hope I'm getting questions from y'all today. Need a lot of questions. Before we start everything, shout out to Price Tag Entertainment. Representing my guy right here. Yeah, he coming hard, man. He ain't playing around, man. Yeah, just chilling, man. I'm going to have a few stories for y'all. And then I'm gonna want the questions. That's why I said ask me whatever, man. Keith Vega in the building as always. We got Benny Hill in the building. Shady Grove Lounge, Sunday, Recoup Day. This is Recoup Day. Let me start off, guys. Let's get right into it. Big UFC fight last night. I personally didn't get to see it, but I read up on it. It went the distance at Amanda Nunes defeated Juliana Pena. And let me tell you something. Pena is a real fighter. Her 12-5 record don't indicate that. She's a way better fighter than her record, man. Nunes had to earn every little bit she got, man, because Pena was giving her the business. It was a unanimous decision. Nunes won from one judge, 50-45, 50-43, and 50-44. In total strikes, Nunes landed 126 of 201, Pena 130 of 239. But like I said, Amanda Nunes got her revenge and won a unanimous distance fight yesterday. Great fight from what I've been hearing from all my peoples that watched the fight yesterday. Like I said, I'm going to have to watch the rerun tonight, but I read up on it before the show today, and Nunes did what she had to do. If you guys seen the fight, I would like to hear what you got to say about it. If not, we'll go on to the next topic, man. I'm looking for questions as we moving. Another good fight yesterday at the Barclays Center. As 37-3, Danny Garcia, a.k.a. Swift, defeated Jose Benadivez Jr. at the Barclays Center. That fight went the distance, but it was also unanimous. Two judges had Garcia. The other one had a draw. Garcia won easier. And this was a big fight for Garcia. Let me explain to y'all why. I mean, I know he was a $700, 701 favorite. I get that. But even at that, the guy was much smaller than Benadivez. He was overcoming depression, and he really hasn't fought in the ring in a while. So this was a huge win for Garcia in many ways. I mean, mental. This to help out his depression. This puts him back in the map now where he could go try to get Keith Thurman again one time and try to regain that defeat that Thurman gave him, trying to get that back. Because he's already said he wants Thurman so he could recoup that loss he gave Thurman and try to get that win over Keith Thurman. Now, if y'all seen that fight, I want your take on that fight. Like I said, Garcia dominated, much smaller, going through depression. Not that a lot of people not, because there's a lot of athletes that are down low, low-key, going through depression and a lot of other stuff that we don't know about, CTE, etc. But I'm happy for Danny Garcia, the kid from Philly, a real good dude, to get back on the map, guys. What we got here? Yeah, Jeffrey in the building. Jeff, Sportsbook Jeff, he said he been doing Uber overnight, so he might be sleeping during the show. But when he gets up, he said he's going to throw in a lot of questions there. Okay, B4. I'm gonna be honest with you. Before after one time got spanked by Pacquiao, man, he ain't gonna be the same, man. He's still nice. He's still nice, but I think Danny gets him in fight 2 if they did have a fight 2. But we all entitled to our opinions. That's the beautiful thing about sports. But I would like to see that fight get happen. And I would like, Danny to get fight 2, and then who knows, then we can maybe get a trilogy out of that. That'll be a good trilogy. I'll be interested to watch that kind of trilogy. What else we got here, guys? A little early, I can keep giving y'all sports. Yeah, before them 3 knockdowns definitely made the difference in the Nunes fight. I definitely agree with you. That one I agree with you. One time beating Garcia again, I'm going to disagree with you. You my brother, but I keep it all the way 100, man. Yeah, let me see who else is in the building. Okay, other news. Let me see what I got here. Seattle Mariners, after today, are 12 games behind the Houston Astros. But in the wild card game, they got the last wild card spot, which they up like a half game or a game. So when they picked up Luis Castillo, and a lot of you guys were wondering why would they get him if they so many games back. No, they trying to get that last wild card spot. And then after that, anything can happen. And when you can add a Castillo to your rotation, I understand young boys like 4-4. Let me get his shit right here. He's 4-4 with a 2.86 pitch for the Lonely Reds. Now that 4-4 can easily be 8-2 anywhere else, or 6-2 anywhere else, if he had any kind of offense producing when he's on the mound, because he's got a 2.86. And that's why I can see the M's picking it up. Even though I wanted my Yankees to get him, I thought it was a better fit with the Yankees. But Seattle felt like the 4 prospects that the Reds offer. I mean, the Reds felt the 4 prospects that Seattle offered. Let me fix. Were a lot better than any other prospects, even my Yankee prospects. The M's got one of the best prospects in the game. I mean, before this trade. I mean, 3 of these guys, from my understanding, that they picked up. Let me give you some names. Noelvi Marte, Levi Stout, Edwin Arroyo, and Andrew Moore. 3 of these 4 guys, from my understanding, they are predicted to be stud players. So what the M's did, they didn't want to wait to develop these guys. They already got Julio Rodriguez, who might be the Rookie of the Year for the American League and probably will be. They don't want to just continue to be in developing stages. They in the race, they in the wild card race, and if you could get the best pitcher who's available in Castillo, then why not? Why not make the playoffs? You haven't made the playoffs in 2 decades. At least give the organization a taste of the playoffs, and who knows? They could probably get lucky and win a series. I mean, if Castillo does his thing, pitches 2 games in a series and shuts the other opponents down, and they just happen to get through series number 1, then that'll be big for that organization. So this is the organization that hasn't been anything since Ken Griffey Jr., Jay Buhner, Ken Phelps of the world. They haven't been absolutely nothing. Tim Belcher, last time when they beat the Yankees, Alex Rodriguez, etc. So they need a taste of the player. They need to feel what it feels to win again. And this organization took a big fall when Robinson Cano didn't pan out over there. Remember, Robinson Cano went over there and stole money. They never made no playoffs with him. They never did anything with him. So right now, they making a run for this. It's a good thing for Seattle, the city of Seattle, and baseball in general. I'm just mad that the Yankees didn't get them, but you know what? They're keeping a team that haven't made the playoffs in 2 decades in the race to make their first playoff in 2 decades. All right, anything y'all got to say? Let me see what we got here. Yeah, Douglas Bender says size don't matter. It's all heart, meaning Garcia. I got you, baby. I'm with you, bro. No, Douglas, Beam is not fighting soon, from my understanding. His fight was postponed. I'm not going to give you detail on that. but to September. So in September, the fight he was supposed to have, he'll have in September. I don't want to get to detail. It's too long, but it was postponed, so he'll fight in September. Okay, Jake Paul concealed due to weight. Steve, yo, I had Paul in that fight too. A lot of people like Rahman. I liked it, Paul, but you know, he messed up due to weight, whatever. Fight was postponed also, so we got to move on. Julio Jones to Tampa Bay is a great pickup. Let me see who asked me that question. Steve. Yeah, I can't see your last name. Lorentzen, I think it is. I can't really see it, but I know it's Steve. That's a great pickup. You know, they pay him basically nothing. You get a quality veteran that knows the game, who still has a little bit in his tank. Now, if you asking Julio Jones to go to the Buccaneers and to become their _1, that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. They don't need that. They got they got Godson over there, or Godwin. I always call him Godson. They still got Godwin. They got Evans. They got Cameron Brate over there, tight end. They picked up Rudolph, tight end. They might get Gronkowski back. You know, 2 good running backs that, you know, especially coming out the backfield. All Julio Jones has got to do is make the plays when his number gets called. He's probably going to be the 3rd target on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And let me tell you something. Having Julio Jones as a 3rd target, it's a beautiful thing if you can have that. Let me see what else we got here. Mark Guillory in the building. Yeah, the Braves are swooping up the Mets 3 games back in August. Yeah, I told you I think the Braves get them, especially if DeGrom ain't back 100%. But if DeGrom's 100%, he's supposed to be pitching soon. My understanding is he's kind of up there. If they get him back 100% with Scherzer, and then, you know, Walker and Bassett, Mets is deep, man. That's all I got to say. Mets is deep. They added a hitter in Tyler Naquin. He used to play with the Indians, and then he had a short stout with the Reds. I think he'll help him out in the outfield. You know, he's a decent hitter. I think they'll be able to hold on that division if the Grom and Scherzer produce as we all accustomed of them producing. But if the Grom ain't what he should be, and it's going to take him maybe to the playoffs to get right, then I see Atlanta maybe overtaking them in that last week of baseball. That's my take. What else we got here? Yeah, X, I know he's pitching Tuesday, but that doesn't mean he's 100%. We all yet to see what he's made of. Let me see what else we got here. X said we sweeping the Braves. Mark said, you know, something else. All right, we'll see what's going on. That's yet to be seen. Yeah, Benny, what you got, man? Let's go, baby. I want you. This is called Ask Me Whatever. Let me see if I can stroll down and if I might have missed anything. Yeah, Douglas said the other fighter wanted to fight, but there was a weight issue. I guess in boxing, if there's a weight issue, it ain't going to be no scrapping whether the other fighter want to scrap or not. Those are the rules and regulations of boxing. Let me see what else we got here. I'm strolling down. Yeah, Roy George Jr. definitely, in my book, is a Hall of Famer, but that's only my opinion. He's got to get through the people that count, that get him in and induct him into the Hall of Fame. But I got Roy George Jr. definitely in the Hall of Fame. What else we got? All right, I'm just strolling down looking for questions, guys. I'm happy everybody's in and tuning in. I'm waiting for my man Keith Vega to one day just ask me something. Keith, there's no stupid questions, man. No stupid questions. Let me see what else we got here. Wiggle said who holds the home run record. Well, as of right now, Barry Bonds, if you're talking about total home runs and most home runs in a season. Now, of course, we got the steroid issue and all that stuff, but as of right now, Barry Bonds. What else we got here? Okay, Roy got inducted, then I'm happy he did because I had him in the Hall of Fame. That's great information there, Steve. Well, Brian said he wants you to hear about the Yankees not including Valp in the Castillo trade. Well, dog, at the end of the day, Castillo's a great young pitcher, but he's only 4-4. I know he could have a better record. His earned run average is 2.86. I understand that, but I don't think he grants 5 real good players. I don't think so. Now, if you're talking about a Juan Soto, then that's different. That's an everyday player. Castillo's going out to the mound once every 4 days. I'm not going to give him 5 everyday potential prospects that could be something for Castillo. I thought what we offer was a fair offer. Seattle came late, and remmed up the tray a little higher. You know what I mean? Put the heats on where they threw another player in there. In the top, I think, what was it, in the top 50 of prospects? So, you being the Reds, you got to go after that. And I'm glad the Yankees didn't break trying to get him. Like I said, we ain't trying to give 4 to 5 top-of-the-line prospects for Castillo. I understand we need them. I know we need them. But we're not going to just sell out our whole fucking farm system for a guy that, he's going to be good. He ain't no Roger Clemens. He ain't no Randy Johnson. A guy that could be good for us. Maybe a little beneath Garrett Cole, right where Severino's at. I could see why they didn't pull the plug. I'm stingy as a fan. I wanted Castillo, but I learned to think, the whole situation, and we can't just burn out our prospects for a pitcher that's really still unproven in the league. I mean, he hasn't done nothing yet, let's be honest, besides go to Yankee Stadium and shut us down. See what else we got here. Nah, X, we didn't drop the ball. You got to understand, these cats, they want too much. And we're not about to deplete our whole farm system, which it ain't even going to guarantee us the championship. Do we need another starter? Yes. But I don't think we have to sell ourselves short for it. I need a car right now, X. I was looking at cars yesterday. They overpricing these cars even on the Blue Book. So did I drop the ball because I didn't get the car, X? I'm not going to play myself. I'm going to wait for something that comes in right, either the ball on my court or even keel. I'm not going to give them what they want, especially if it's over the Blue Book because I need a car. Nah, it's not happening. I don't do Uber. You're an Uber driver, you got to look at it like you losing money. No, I'm not losing money. I still got my car, I'm still getting to work, and I'm not losing money. That's my point. Where we going with it? X, we didn't offer garbage prospect. X, you be bugging out, X. I love you, X, but you be coming out with some crazy shit, dog. Like, we didn't offer garbage prospects. We just didn't offer prospects as good as Seattle. You bugging, dog. We can't afford to offer garbage prospect for a guy like Castillo. The Reds were really thinking about shifting us to us. I mean, we actually had the lead because of the prospects we offer. But what happened was Seattle stepped it up another notch late, and they just made it better. They made it better. And like Brian Foss said, we wasn't willing to give that additional guy. Seattle was. Now Seattle got him. But I'm not going to say we dropped the ball, as much as I know we need another starting pitcher. But I'm not going to deplete my farm system for a guy, like I said, that hasn't proved anything yet. He's got great stuff. Could be a long, term good pitcher. But has he proven? Tell me, has Castillo proven yet? I can't do it, and I won't do it. Benny said Soto, Padres, Dodgers, or Cardinals. I'm going to say that Diego got the lead on them, but I won't be surprised if St. Louis snatches him up. The only problem with the Redbirds is they need pitching. Why are you going to get more hitting when your staff is beyond suspect? I don't even think they got I think Mikalo now has a winning record. They probably got like one starter with a winning record in St. Louis. They got to get at least 2 starters if they want to make a run for Pujols, Molina, and Wainwright playing their last year. They're going to have to get 2 quality pitchers. And right now, it's almost a must that they got to get Frankie Montas or Ohtani. If they could get Ohtani, they could basically kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But now you get an outfielder that can hit, that's lefty, and another starting pitcher. But they still going to need another pitcher if they get Shohei Ohtani. Wiggle said, does Judge got it in him? I'm going to tell you what's going to mess Judge up. Social media. Every time he hits a home run, they're going to post it. And you know how much pressure that is? I mean, taking nothing away from Hank Aaron and Bonds. You know, the ESPN was blowing it up every moment they had. But it's not like now. Now, everybody's watching. And when everybody's watching, the stakes get higher. It's harder to produce unless you're about that life. Like Michael Jordan didn't care if 8 billion people watch him. He's still Michael Jordan. LeBron different. LeBron came up short. Point I'm trying to make is the more attention Aaron Judge gets, not only that, I think pitchers ain't going to pitch to him. Like now he's getting pitched to. But let him get like 58, 59, and you're going to see how pitchers start pitching around him. And it's going to become almost impossible for him to get the record. The way I think he could get it is he has to have a killer August where he only needs maybe, let's say, 5 home runs with like 20 games. If he could get it like something like that, then I could see him pull it off. But if he gets it where he's going to need, let's say, 10 home runs in 22 games, it's not going to happen. But if he reaches 55, in my book, I'm super happy being a Yankee fan. But hey, if he gets the record, more power to him. And if he gets the record, that's only going to balloon what he's going to get next year when he signs that lucrative contract, whoever signs him. And I'm hoping it's my Yankees. What else we got? Contreras to the Mets. That could be possible, X. I'm hearing the Astros, Jeff Gerson kind of got a lead, that the Astros are very interested in Contreras. I know they got Maldonado, but Maldonado can't hit. He's a defensive genius. Good glove, good arm, but he can't hit. Contreras can hit. So I can see something where Contreras starts, maybe Maldonado comes in 8th, 9th inning on the defensive side. Something like that, like not platooning them, but, you know, using Maldonado late, or if you DH Contreras, then maybe you can start Maldonado. But I see Houston as the lead runners from my sources, and Jeff Gerson. Houston got the nod on them. What else we got? What up? Tony's overrated. X, I'm going to disagree with you, X. You've been saying that. Oh, I'm glad the Giants got a 4-zip lead. I need the Giants tonight. I didn't even know that. I cannot say Shohei Ohtani's overrated. I can't. You know, I seen him doing it against my Yankees. Like, are the Yankees a bum team? Does he dominate the weaker teams? What are you supposed to do, X? You tell me. Does a fighter that's way better than another fighter, shouldn't he dominate him? But I know what you're saying. He disappears against better teams. I disagree. His average is probably not the same. His ERA is probably not the same. But I expect that because you're playing better competition. But to say that Shohei Ohtani is overrated? Nah, dog. You bugging, X. I love you, but you bugging. See what else we got. Well, you might be right, X, on that. The Mets could use Contreras, especially that they only got Tyler Naquin, which is a platoon player maybe at best, or maybe a fill-in player. Contreras could come in and just, you know, play every game for y'all. The thing is, do you have the pieces to give up to get Contreras? What else we got, guys? X, even if the Yankees hit them, we got basically the best team in baseball. That does not make them, you know, overrated. You the guy that think Garrett Cole sucks. And, you know, Garrett Cole ain't the Cy Young Garrett Cole. I'll give you that. But Garrett Cole for the Yankees is still 10-3 with a 3.13. He's still a very good pitcher. And you say he sucks too. So you just gotta put respect on dudes' names, X. If they're not as good as you think they should be, doesn't mean they suck, X. X, I hate root beer. But I'm not gonna say root beer tastes nasty, because there's a billion people that like root beer. So I'm smart enough to know that a billion people like it. I'm just gonna say I'm not a fan of root beer. So if you're not a fan of Ohtani, you're not a fan of Garrett Cole, I got you. But to say they suck, come on, dog. Come on, X, you're killing me with that. What else we got? I said Coke. Coke is overpaid, or you mean Cole? Well, you want me to be honest with you, X? Everybody's overpaid. The way they giving money out today, when I grew up watching baseball players like Rod Carew, you know, the Lou Whitakers of the world, the Alan Trammell's, where they were making barely $1 million, and these guys are way better than these guys today. I mean, way better. They play baseball. It wasn't about money and injuries. It was about playing hurt and playing. These guys didn't get no money. So everybody, to me, if you want to be quite frank, is overpaid. I'm keeping it 100. What else you got? Wiggles, I love you, but every live you tell me Mets and Yankees World Series. Yes, that's a possibility. But I'm going to tell you now, you got teams like the Astros that are coming. You got the M's that just beefed up their pitching staff, which is, it's going to make them competitive. You got the Braves that are coming. You can't forget Dodger Blue. And if Padres get Soto, you can put them up there with the teams I just mentioned. You can't just forget about the Phillies like that. You just can't. You know what I mean? And Milwaukee got to get a hitter, or St. Louis got to get 2 pitchers, and then you can put them also. Because Milwaukee got all the pitching, not enough hitting. St. Louis got all the hitting, not enough pitching. So they need to balance that out. But I'm telling you right now, it ain't going to be easy to see the Mets and Yankees, because a lot of teams are coming. Gambino in the building. I see you, baby. Before, I know, right? Kendrick Perkins Jr. I hope you talk about X when you say that. Gambino, you funny. Gambino, that's the most sense you ever made of my show. Right there, what you just said. I'm going to repeat what you said. Saying Ohtani's overrated is like saying LeBron is better than Jordan. Yo, Gambino, that's the best shit you ever said on my show. But there's a lot of people that got you fucked up, and even myself, when you said that Don Mattingly sucks. But we're not going to talk about that. So don't even try to bring that up, because I'm not even going to answer it. But you got to fix that statement, dog. Because we all watch Donnie baseball, and let me tell you something. That man probably was one of the greatest Yankees ever. So you need to rephrase that saying. I know you mad because he killed your Seattle Mariners in a lot of games, but you need to take that vocabulary out your speech. What else we got? Appreciate you, B4. I'm not even going to answer you, Gambino. But if you can fix that up, Now we ain't been live for the Shady Grove, y'all. Let me give the shout outs. 4-zip Frisco, bottom of the 5th. Last time I looked, it was zip. I don't know where they got these 4 runs, but let me tell you something. These 4 runs are highly appreciated. I don't know why Mercedes swang 3-0 with first and second one out, because you're not a home run hitter and you're not an average hitter. You should have been taken. What else we got, guys? I'm loving it, guys. I'm loving it. You guys are working again. Y'all took a couple weeks there. Y'all were a little iffy with it. Okay, now we get Keith Vega in the building. My little man right here, the OG. Well, this is what I'm thinking, Keith. 61's not the home run record, by the way, unless you mean a Yankee home run record. If I'm correct, I think it's 73, 72 by Bonds, if I'm correct. Y'all can look it up, correct me on that. But if he gets past 61, I know what you're saying. I think in order Hal Steinbrenner and the New York Yankees to keep Aaron Judge, I think you almost got to give him 500 M's. Somebody will give Judge 500 M's. He's young. He hits for average. He hits all fields. He got bop. He can run. He runs the bases pretty good. This guy's like a 5'2" player, man. I mean, he was never a 5'2" player before. He built himself into a 5'2" player. Not only that, he's got a lot of Derek Jeter in him. Very happy-going guy. Maybe he don't know how to be a captain yet because he's still young. It took Jeter a little while to learn how to captain. But I can see Judge being, like Jeter's number 2 is going to retire with all these other greats, Mickey Mantle, and all these other Babe Ruths and all these other great Yankees, man. I would love that Aaron Judge would be one of those guys. Roger Maris, etc., Whitey Ford. Be a Yankee forever and retire like them. But today's money, the way they're throwing money around, I could see a team like the San Francisco Giants who need a star better than anybody, or the Dodgers who are acting like the old Yankees with Steinbrenner was there, or the Mets now with this new guy spending bread. They're gonna offer Aaron Judge 500 M's. I thought the only guy that would reach that plateau would have been Mike Trout. It's not gonna happen. Trout has become injury prone for the Anaheim Angels. So now next up to get that 500 M's, it's going to be Aaron Judge. But what I think they're going to do, they're not going to give him 500 M's 10 years. It's going to be something where they'll give him like a 15-year. Because if they give him a 10-year 500 M's, that's like 50 pieces a year. I think he deserves that. You ask me, I think he deserves that. And only because of today's way of paying. I'm going by today's way of paying. Not if you told me if he deserves it in general, no, because they underpaid all these old players. But the way they pay right now, the way they throwing money out, I think you almost got to give Aaron that. But if they're going to try to get more years, like 13, 15, so it don't average 50 M's, somewhere maybe 40 M's average. But I think Judge is going to be the first to break the 500 mil plateau. And I think Soto is going to be right after him. What else you got? Yeah, Phillies, remember, they just got to make the play-in. That's the beautiful thing about the MLB. It's not like back in the days where all the first-place team plays. You got the wild card, you got the play-in. A lot of teams are really good. Like, you got to understand, teams get healthy late. So you got teams that if they get in, they didn't have their whole squad all year, and now they got their whole squad. So right now, in my book, man, a team like the Phillies is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? They dangerous. I'm not saying they're going to beat the Mets or the Braves. They definitely not going to catch them. But you don't want to think you're playing the Phillies and you're going to beat them. No, you're going to have to play baseball. Phillies are deep, man. If you don't know, look at their lineup. Look at their team. Schwarber, Castellano, Harper, Realmuto, Hoskins, Gregorius. Them guys are fucking deep. And they pitching's all right. You know, Nola and them could be doing better. You know what I mean? They got guys that I think that should be doing better as they start in pitching. And I think they will get better. But don't sleep on the Phillies. But, of course, if you're doing National League East, it's got to be the Mets and the Braves. I get it, but don't sleep on the Phils. What we got? No, X, you don't agree with Gambino. Gambino said he sucks. You saying Donnie Baseball is overrated. Big difference.
Okay, because to me it says in French, it says this message is not
All right, what else we got? I'm not listening to Gambino. Okay, he just said that that Ohtani ain't overrated. That's the best thing he said. Let me keep pushing. Okay, 62 would be the American League record. Okay, thanks for the information, but I know it's not the record because Bonds, you know, the McGuires and the Sosas, all that steroids, whatever you want to call it, they hit 66, 69, 70, 72, whatever, all that. I remember that. But for the American League, okay, I got you. Yeah, X, Dodgers do got the money. I can't lie, but I mean, how many guys can you pay? I mean, you got Muncy that's waiting for the bag. Walker Buehler waiting for the bag. Mookie Betts got the bag. Trey Turner waiting for the bag. I mean, ain't that many bags, dog. I mean, if you going to get Aaron, you're going to have to not sign about 3-4 cats. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. What else we got? Nah, Judge going to play it to like 38, 39. Judge in top shape, dog. Look at Judge, how in shape he is. It's not like Stanton. I mean, Stanton's in shape, but Stanton always gets hurt. You know what I mean? Stanton is nice built, you know what I mean? But he always injury prone. Judge became a little injury prone here and there, but he's not. I'm not going to say he's injury prone just yet unless he has a couple more injuries and he's out for long lengths of time like John Carlos has every year. So I'm not going to put Judge as injury prone. John Carlos, yes. What else we got? What else we got? Let's go, guys. I'm not trying to answer Gambino with the Mattingly questions. Yeah, Dodgers always got prospects. You know that. I mean, they always got prospects. That's just the way they rock. Okay, let me go on to some other news until y'all give me some more questions. Defensive end Ryan Kerrigan is signing a one-day contract with the Washington Commanders, and then he's going to retire. Kerrigan is the all-time leading sack leader of the ex-Washington Redskins, now Commanders, at 95.5 sacks. I didn't know that. I thought it was my boy Dexter Manley or Charles Mann. I didn't know Kerrigan passed both of them. And Kerrigan, like I said, got 95.5. Dexter Manley is at 91. And Charles Mann got 82 career sacks for the Washington Redskins, now Commanders. Salute and best wishes to Ryan Kerrigan and what he does with the rest of his life. What did you got for us, guys? Every time y'all don't ask me nothing, I'm just going to move on to other news. No, he's actually a Redskin, X. It's Commanders now, but the don't dish the Redskins, though. Redskins been great for a lot of years. Don't even go there. You know I know because I'm a Cowboy fan. Redskins were great for years. That's why he wanted to retire with them. Unfortunately, they turned into the Commanders. That's the sad thing. I don't know, Gambino. It's a tough one. Kerrigan's a tough one. I'm not really hearing about that, but I wouldn't be surprised if he made the Hall of Fame. But I just wouldn't be surprised if he did. I mean, he's got the sack record for a team. That might be enough to get in. That might be enough to get in. Yeah, X, me too. You know, I understand why the Redskins name was changed. You know, you had a team of members that for years have been fighting over that name because that name has other reasonings. And, you know, it's just not an appropriate name, especially in this day and age with all the social media and all that. And, you know, they've been fighting for a while to bring that name down. And you got to believe, you know, I'm a type, you got to take in people's beliefs. And from my understanding, it was a lot of people that have been for years getting that Snyder with that Redskin name. I love that name, but I don't without the meaning of it. Let me say that correct. Redskins always sounded like a hot name to me. But when you break down the name and you find out the meaning of it, and in today's sports, we're not dealing with none of that prejudice shit, not even a little bit, dog. We're not doing that no more. That acceptance is out the window. So I can see why the name was changed. Now, Commanders, are you serious? I mean, they could have came up with a bunch of, I could have gave them a dope name. Commanders would have been like the 15th name I would have gave them. But they had to change the name. But yes, in my mind, they always will be the Redskins. But in reality, they're not. What else you got, guys? See, I don't know why I told Gambino about Don Mattingly. Now he can't stop going in on him. Come on, guys, let's keep coming. Yeah, X, I would agree with you. Since Snyder took over that organization, they haven't cut it. I mean, a lot of people could say the same about Jerry Jones, but if you remember, Jones won a lot of Super Bowls out the gate. So that's what's keeping Jones there. He tasted the fruits of winning. So it's like a crackhead that gets that hit. They keep chasing that hit. Jones is chasing that hit. But as for Snyder, I mean, I can't tell you right off the rip if he has a chip. He might have a chip with them. He might not, but I mean, he's made a lot of poor decisions with that organization, and I would have to agree he should sell while he could get a lot of money for them. Alec Jones in the building, a.k.a. Crip. I see you, baby. Yeah, Buffalo Bills, Wiggles, to answer your question, I definitely got to address them on my show. Definitely a team to watch out for. I mean, Josh Allen and company, you know, these guys is ready to go, man. They just signed Miller on defense. They got another cornerback. They signed another receiver. These guys are ready to go. They got their heart broken twice to the Chiefs. They ready to go. I wouldn't sleep on the Buffalo Bills at all. At all. That's my man Noah Parker's team too, by the way. X, I'm going to disagree with you. You said Jerry Jones knows football and he wins. The problem with Jerry Jones, and you're hearing it from a Cowboy fan, he needs to stay in his lane. I had a situation with one of my peoples about this particular topic. I can't give y'all really the insight on it, but you got to stay in your lane. Like, I'm going to use me, for example, so I don't throw nobody under the bus. When I was working in the strip club one time, I was doing multiple shit. And I kept getting into issues. So my man told me straight out, black Jamaican cat, Sid, I even give you his name. He said, Al, you need to stay in your lane, Al. And until you understand what that means and really comprehend that word, then you really understand what it is. Jerry Jones is the owner of the Cowboys. He wants to be the guy that makes the draft pick, the trade. He wants to tell Dak how to quarterback. You can't do everything. This is why you hire general managers. offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators. You hire these people so they could do that job, right? If I own McDonald's, I could show people how to drop fries and flip a quarter pounder, but I don't need to be doing that shit. You hire people to do that. Okay, if you want to teach them, I'm with it, fine. But then you fall back. And the problem with Jerry Jones is he never falls back. You see when he be in that box, in that $1 billion playpen, he be the only cat like that, like an evil genius. Dog, just give it up, man. The problem, that's why Jimmy Johnson left. Because you didn't give him full control, dog. And that's why you might not get Sean Payton. The only way you're going to get Sean Payton is you got to turn over that control. And I don't see Jerry Jones turning over control. I don't. He wants to be too involved. It's his money. It's all his money. So he feels if he's going to make a mistake anyway, it's going to be his mistake. I get it, but it doesn't work for the brand of sports. That's something that might work in your personal business, but not for the brand of sports. Let's keep going. Exactly, X. That's the point I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to make. And I'm a Cowboy fan. I've been a Cowboy fan all my life. I told you, I fell in love with that star first time I put the TV on. Yeah, the Yankee blue. That Yankee blue is very attractive. And I just liked them ever since. And I got to live and die with the good shit, just like the Knicks got that same blue and the Yankees. You know what I mean? I got a real good team, an average team, and a bum team. Hopefully they can all get it together and win chips one day. What else you got? Let me give you other news while y'all waiting. Tampa Bay starting center Ryan Jensen is going to be out for a significant amount of time. He hurt his knee in practice, and this is bad for the Bucs because they traded one offensive lineman, another one got hurt, now their starting center got hurt. So you know that Brady don't like pressure. So Brady's going to be all in the brass's ears, get me people. Because if they bring up people from the practice squad, that is not going to stop Aaron Donald and company. I'm telling y'all right now. Or the New Orleans Saints putting that pressure. You're going to have to get proven bodies, not no practice squad bodies. They lost 2 significant offensive linemen. So they're going to have to spend money now on getting at least one back. Because this center right here, Ryan Jensen, was special. And he went down, and he's going to miss a significant amount of time. He might not miss the whole season. From my understanding, 4 to 7 games, but that is a lot of time. They might have to get somebody and pay somebody to come in and hold that fort down till he comes back. And then when he comes back, now you got that extra guy, and you can make up the other guy you lost, and now you got a line again. Because Tom Brady, if you're going to win in Tampa Bay, Tom Brady has to have time. All right, what else you got? All right, guys, I might shut it if you guys ain't going to give me anything. I keep telling y'all, ask me whatever. I'm trying to see if Gambino got anything but Don Mattingly. I'm just strolling through, guys. Want to see if I missed anything, because I don't want none of y'all think I didn't show y'all love. Gambino. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this next to everybody. You my guy. I put you on my show because you put a lot of work in, and I like the work that you put in. That's why you got to spot them out on my rotation. You might not get on a lot, but when you want to get on, you know I get you on. And I would never tell you what to say. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Let me make that clear. But when I have to see you and hear you say that my boy Don Mattingly sucks, I just can't believe you will muster words like that. Like, if you want to say overrated, listen, hey, I get it, because we love them too much. I can see where you might say that, because the love that Don Mattingly built in New York. But you had to be a New Yorker to understand why we got love for that guy. Because that guy gave it everything he had. He played with back problems. He delivered in the biggest moments in regular games. Really didn't make the playoffs. This is why we love him so much, because he never tasted the fruit of winning a championship with us. And that killed us, because the year that he left, we won a chip. Then he coached, right? Then the years that he left as a coach, the next year, we won another chip. So the chip has eluded Don Mattingly like you wouldn't even know. Even the Dodgers won a chip without him when he left. It's like he's made not to win a chip. But the guy, good glove, good bat, won batting titles. Think got an MVP if I'm correct. I got to look it up again. How do you say this guy sucks on my channel, dog? Like, if you want to say overrated, I'm good, dog. I'm good with that. But to say he sucked, dog, come on, dog. You're talking stupid, man. What else we got? Gambino, that's like me saying A-Rod sucks. I don't like A-Rod. I think he's a piece of shit. He cheated. But I won't say he sucks. I won't say that. I won't say that. I don't like him. It's like you don't like Don Mattingly. I think I don't like A-Rod more than you don't like Don Mattingly. A-Rod's on TV talking sports sounding stupid as fuck. I mean, he made a comparison one game to the Los Angeles Lakers that made absolutely no sense. And yet he think he rocking. He think he cool as fuck, him and Big Papi. But I'm not going to say he sucks, because he don't. And I'm just going to leave it like that, man. Let's get more constructive with it. Okay, guys, I'm going to hang up. If you guys ain't got nothing, let me give y'all more information. Seattle running back Chris Carson plans to retire after 5 seasons only. Neck injury. The guy runs too hard. And it's just sad because he never really got the bag. And he's about to leave football. Good luck, Carson, for whatever you do after football, dog. And let me get this in real quick. The Mets acquired Tyler Naquin, like I said earlier in the show. And reliever Philip Dye. The Reds get outfielder Hector Rodriguez and right-hander Jose Acuna. This was a light trade for the New York Metropolitans, just to give them an additional outfielder, an additional left-handed bat, and maybe a late inning guy, you know, to play defense. Okay, guys, so we're about to close it or what? I don't want to see. Last week, this is what happened. I stopped the show, then I got about 40 questions. Put the questions now. Don't wait till I turn off the motherfucker. Do it now so I can reply. I'm going to give y'all time to type. I'm strolling through to see what we got. I'm just strolling through, guys. Oh, yes, X. Thank you, X. Thank you. Rest in peace to a legend, to a great individual. Not that I met him personally, but I know of him from watching him and reading up on him. To one of the greatest that wore a Boston Celtic jersey. Mr. 11 championships, Bill Russell. Rest in power, big fella. You meant so much to the game. I admired you. I'm sorry I ain't got you in my top 5. It's nothing personal, but I got you in my top 10. It's just my opinion. I keep it 100. And now that you passed away, I'm not going to move you up. I'm going to give you all the respect you deserve, but I got you top 10, not top 5. Like I said, just a super person. I mean, he was so happy when Kevin Garnett won one. He was almost looking like Kevin Garnett's dad. I mean, hugging him, crying when they won one. And that's what you call a true fan, a true Boston Celtic, a true icon of the game. Rest in peace, Bill Russell. Thank you, X. I appreciate that. I would have been so mad at myself if I would have missed that today. Thank you so much. What else we got? Gambino going nuts. Okay, he agrees with me. He says A-Rod's trash. Now, I didn't say he's trash. I'm just saying I didn't like him and he wasn't all that. Okay, Gambino, I was about to get into that. Let me show you. If you can read it. David Ortiz. Now, this is what I want to ask you. I was going to bring it up on the show this Friday. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough time. If enough people are tuned in right now, answer these questions. If David Ortiz makes the Hall of Fame, does that open up the door for Barry Bonds, Pete Rose, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Alex Rodriguez? I want y'all to answer before I answer it. I think you almost got to get these other guys in if you let David Ortiz in. That's just my opinion. I don't want to hear he's a nice guy. He does, he's a nice guy on the show. That's not no. That got nothing to do with getting him in the Hall of Fame. If you got him in the Hall of Fame, them 5 names I mentioned, you almost got to get them in the Hall of Fame, and also Rafael Palmeiro. I want to hear y'all take. What y'all think about that? Before, you mean Alex Rodriguez or David Ortiz? I'm thinking you mean Rodriguez because Ortiz, everybody loves Ortiz. I don't want to shut it down, guys, because last week, I swear to God, when I shut it down, it was at least 20-some questions.
Okay.
I'm giving y'all time to get these questions. Okay, Alex, okay. Oh, he's a horrible dude. One of my boys went up to him with a jersey. Guy named Jay from New York, probably 15 years ago. Actually seen Alex not by himself, but with his bodyguard. And he yelled, "Hey, Alex, I'm one of your biggest fans, man. I support you all the way." And he said that Alex looked at him like the way you hate, like the way you look at somebody when they hate on you. And all he did was salute him. And from that moment on, my man hated the living daylights out of him. Now, does that moment make him a bad person? Nah, that's just one moment. But with A-Rod, it's multiple moments like that. It's his character, the way he carries himself. And he got this way of just, people get the sense that he thinks he's better than you because he has money. And I also felt that myself. So I love Derek Jeter, but I don't like Alex Rodriguez. I got an Alex Rodriguez jersey. Only pinstripe jersey I got. It was a gift. I almost burned it a few times, and I might burn it on a live one day. But I don't want to burn the pinstripes because then I'm disrespecting the pinstripes. So what I'm thinking is, if I could get a professional maybe to get his name off the back and make it look like it was never there, then maybe I go that route. But I really was thinking about burning that jersey. That's how much I don't like that dude, bro. He's just a full of shit ass dude. What else we got? Live from the Shady Grove, ALYORK Sports on a Sunday. Ready for all the smoke. I'm ready for all the smoke. I'm in the smoking section. So you know I'm ready for all the smoke. Price Tag Entertainment. Open sessions and giveaways every Friday. Y'all know what it is. The more the merrier. What else we got, guys? Because if I don't see nothing, I got to shut it down. Got people all around me in the Shady Grove. Nice little spot over here. TV's flowing. Giants is winning. All right, I'm going to stroll down in case I missed anything. Yeah, Wiggle said he put juice in them and he lied also. Yeah, he definitely was getting cheeked up. You know, he tried to lie like he wasn't getting cheeked up. He was getting cheeked up with the rest of them. And like I said, it's just beyond A-Rod with that stuff. It's the fact of talking shit about Derek Jeter. That was the lowest blow. Like, one time he said, kind of like, you know, Correa. He even got Carlos Correa talking like him, where Jeter would be an average player if he played in Kansas City. I also think Manny Ramirez also said that. And I know where they're going with it, you see, but they come off as haters. I'll be the first to tell you that Jeter was an average shortstop, maybe above average defensively, above average hitting for average. He averaged about 300, so that makes him above average. He had limited home run power. And it's funny, as I'm talking about him, they got him on TV right now, the captain. It's funny. What made Jeter to me so special is that Jeter was a leader of men. Jeter knew what to say, when to say it. And as he continued to get older and grow in the Yankee organization, dudes started to follow. I remember when Jorge Posada and Bernie Williams were like, who's this young dude? It went from who's this young dude to they all came to him when they needed an answer. Jeter was the leader and the captain, a real captain of the New York Yankees. That, to me, is what made Jeter great. Not the antics he did on the field, more what he did off the field to keep the Yankees together. It was never drama with Jeter in the locker room. Jeter would smash all of that early. He had a talent for getting rid of negative shit. You seen when A-Rod said that, it was during the season. Jeter just rubbed it off like it was nothing and still accepted A-Rod to play with him. Still accepted it. But he wasn't giving up his shortstop position, and I also respect that. Salute to Derek Jeter. What else we got? Yeah, you're right, B4. Listen, I'm a big fan of Big Papi. I can't lie to you. He killed my Yankees on numerous occasions. Him and Manny Ramirez, to me, were one of the best 1-2 punches ever in the game, at least from what I acknowledge. You know, you had Bonds, Jeff Kent, Molitor, Yout. I mean, you had a bunch of guys. You had guys back in the days I might not remember. You had Ripken, Murray, Whitaker, Trammell. I mean, so many 1-2 punches, so many. But I had Ramirez and Ortiz as the best in my book. But if you took Juice, and I had this conversation with you, Humpty, this is why I took Tom Brady off my #1 list, because he cheated. When you cheat, you're not supposed to get awarded for cheating. And I had to learn that the hard way. That's why I got Montana as my #1, though Brady splashed all his records. Smashed them. But I still got Montana because he didn't cheat. It was proven from my understanding, unless Humpty can prove me otherwise, because Humpty get all that information, that he didn't cheat, then he belongs. But if he cheated, he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. That's ALYORK's take. Let's see what else I got. All right, guys, we getting short. Let me bring up a couple more things. San Diego Padres and Joe Musgrove are about to agree on a 5-year, $100 million contract starting next year, which is 20 M's a year. Musgrove is 8-3 with a 2.63 earned run average, 106 strikeouts. Musgrove, in my book, is the best Padre pitcher up and down. I mean, they loaded. They got Snell, who basically has done nothing until the second half. Clevenger coming back from injury. Darvish, Gore. You understand what I'm saying? And they got a real good staff. They got Martinez, and I think there's probably the lefty guy I'm missing that came from the A's. Another youngster with all that hair, man. I can't get his name right now, but he's definitely the best pitcher to me in that rotation. So this was a real good signing by the Padres. You get him for 20 M's a year, you get a horse, because Musgrove is a horse. He throws about 4 pitches. He controls all of them. Great signing by the San Diego Padres. What else we got? God, I could do this all day. You know I can. You know I can. I'm just going by shit to see if I miss anything in the early going, because I hate it when I look later and then people say that I missed a question. So I just want to make sure I didn't leave nobody out. That's another thing. If somebody got one question and I didn't get it in, that's a bad feeling for me. Okay, let me give you some other news. This news will make X-Man happy. Veteran linebacker Quan Alexander reaches a 1-year deal with the New York Jets. Rejoins Robert Salem, his ex-defensive coach. Jets get a real good, experienced linebacker to join that young team. That's what the Jets needs, is some experienced players that know how to get it done, and Quan Alexander is a stud. Okay, guys, if we don't get done, then we got to keep it going. That's the last of the info I got for y'all. Okay, so I guess this is it. Watch me have 10, 15 questions after all this shit is said and done. ALYORK Sports, Shady Grove, another Sunday episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love you guys. I'll get back to y'all on Friday night. Open sessions and giveaways. Hold your heads.